Anand's frustrations were especially high after that loss the other night. Now that you've kind of had a day to sit back and think about things, what's the assessment on what needs to change tonight?
I think just the mentality, the want, the will, the support from one another. Like basketball-wise, to if someone gets driven by, to be their low man. I mean, like that type of support, just stuff like that. I know we kind of all know our responsibilities, so we just kind of look in the mirror and kind of step up and do our part.
Ant's trying to figure out how to be a 23-year-old leader of this team. So, how do you feel like he's handling that role and assess his message to the team on Wednesday?
I mean, I think with me being here with him for 5 years, I kind of think like just being able to be vocal in that situation is a big jump for him. Like you said, he's 23, so just being able to be vocal and kind of like speak out on the issue, some of the issues, I guess. I think that's just growth from that standpoint. And then I think as he goes on, whatever messages put out there. I mean, I think obviously he means the best, and no harm to us and anyone on the team. He just knows how good we can be. So.
He was kind of lamenting that he felt like you guys couldn't talk to each other the way that maybe past teams have, or that you guys were growing apart, is what he said. Do you sense that? Do you feel that? And what you need to do to maybe become a more cohesive?
I don't think he meant that specifically. Just because I conversated with him, and
Sure.
we all kind of, like I said, we all kind of know what he means, and we don't really take harm to it. But I think these type of games, we have 64 games left, and I just don't want us to, and I'm sure he doesn't as well, doesn't want us to overreact. I think we still have a lot of basketball left. We still got a lot of figuring out to do for ourselves and the team. So I think we'll pick it up and get it right, and get things on the right path. I think, like I said, it's just one of those phases in the season where you kind of having a slump, and I think we can get better.
You said last year you felt like there were no agendas or anything like that. That's one reason why you guys had the season that you did. Ant was kind of saying that the other night, that he felt like maybe sometimes that was getting in the way of what's going on this season. What's your read on that situation, and how do you just try to put that stuff to the side as a group and play team basketball?
I don't know. I don't really see agendas. Like, I don't know. I just kind of just play basketball. I don't really know or see anything like as far as that. I mean, I think as a whole we can all just figure it out together. I think that's just the biggest thing for us to do, is to figure it out together as a group, because that's the only way we're gonna get anything out of it, because it's us versus whoever is in front of us. So I think just figuring it out together as a group is gonna be the best solution.
And how do you do that specifically with Julius and Dante? Because the message Ant said was basically the same team. We just have two new guys, and Julius and Dante didn't have training camp with you guys. What is the conscious effort you guys are doing as a group to kind of work them in a little bit into more of a rhythm?
I think it is the same team, but it's also still new guys, who just came from a different system, So it's like just trying to figure out the system. It takes time. I think like 2 years ago, we had the Rudy first came. You kind of, it was a bunch of ups and downs. So it's still new basketball to those two guys and the other guys who've been here, just to trying to play with those guys. And I don't think it's really any growing frustrations. I just think it's just we're in the season now, and it's just like you don't want to slip too far.
I was gonna say you're in your. Oh, go ahead.
It's different. Julius is a different player than Cat. On the defensive side of the floor, when you two play together, has anything changed for you specifically from an assignment or role or spots on the floor you're guarding? And if so, what is it?
I don't think necessarily. I think there was a couple, maybe like a week or two, or not a week ago, but like 2 weeks or so ago, where I kind of tried and like put me in at the 5, and I just, for myself, I was just more comfortable because that's what I've been doing, was guarding the 4 and being able to switch. So once we've gotten back to that, I think we kind of got that assessed as far as that angle. So I mean, other than that, I don't really see anything else.
You mentioned 60-plus games ago here. You're in your 6th year in the league. Do you have like the perspective now that, listen, a rough patch is just a rough patch, and you can work your way out of it?
100%. I think the same way you can go on a run, the same way you can, kind of go on a run where it goes bad. So it's just, like I said, it's 64 games left. I kind of try not to think bad about it. I mean, I think next thing you know, we're on a 10-game win streak, so it can go either way at any time. So I think just staying positive, like being negative, I guess doesn't do anything for us as a team or individually. So I think all of us are just, kind of just figuring it out with each other and individually.